My name is George Preger, and I feel honored to be asked to speak to you today from Toronto, Canada. Today, on January 17, Canada officially celebrates the memory of the late Raoul Wallenberg. The Act, Bill number C-432, respecting Raoul Wallenberg's memory, was passed by the Parliament in 1999-2000. The date, January 17, was chosen because this was the date when Wallenberg was arrested in Hungary by the Soviet NKVD. Back in the 1980s, I was the chairman of the Swedish-Canadian Chamber of Commerce. Because of that, I had fairly frequent contacts with then Swedish ambassador to Canada, Preger. Preger knew of my background as a child survivor of the Shoah, the Holocaust, in Budapest, 1944-45, where he had worked closely as a diplomat at the Swedish legation with Raoul Wallenberg. Consequently, when Raoul Wallenberg was chosen to become Canada's first ever honorary Canadian citizen by the Canadian Parliament in 1985, Ambassador Anger asked me to accept the honor on behalf of Sweden. I felt humbled. I told Per surely he could find somebody more distinguished to accept this honor. However, at Mr. Anger's insistence, I of course complied. Reverend Roland de Corneille, MP, presented this private member's bill to the House, and it was accepted by 100% of the members upon its second reading. The copy of the bill I originally accepted is now displayed in the Archduke's Palace in Stockholm, which houses the Swedish Foreign Office.
Together with you on this day, the date of his fateful...
Now to the heart of the story. The Holocaust in Hungary was very swift. Hungarian Jews from towns and villages in the countryside were first to be deported, and a large majority of them did not survive the Shoah. In Budapest, about 100,000 Jews were still alive at the end of hostilities between Nazi Germany, the dreaded Szálasi Hungarian fascist regime, and Soviet forces. Raoul Wallenberg directly sheltered about 10,000 Jews in protected Swedish houses, providing food, shelter, medical care, and issued Swedish passport, also known as Schutzpasses. As well, Wallenberg also succeeded in intervening, stopping, and slowing down the deportation of Jews from Budapest to the concentration camps and bring them almost to a standstill by threatening the local German High Command of retribution in war crime trials after the war was over. This worked, and many Jews were saved until the Soviet army entered the city. Wallenberg and fellow Swedish diplomat Preger also had the courage to go to the rail yards where the Jews were being loaded onto unheated freight cars without a bucket for personal needs and without food, water, or heat. They demanded that individuals and families be taken off as they were under the protection of the Swedish embassy. Holocaust survivors, family members, and a multitude of other people all over the world have expressed their gratitude to Raoul Wallenberg by appointing him an honorary citizen of their countries. Canada was the first country to do this, followed by the United States, Israel, Australia, the United Kingdom, and the city of Budapest. It should also be mentioned that Raoul Wallenberg, together with Preger, were honored by Yad Vashem in Jerusalem as righteous among the nations, a tribute given to Gentiles who saved Jews during the war. Statues honoring Raoul Wallenberg's memory can be found around the world. Canada and Sweden enjoy a very special relationship, and many of the Hungarian survivors and their families live in Canada. Due to this, there is a plan to build a national monument in Canada's national region, Ottawa, to honor Raoul Wallenberg's memory. The Swedish ambassador to Canada, Urban Ahlin, and the Honorable Professor Irving Kotler, Canada's permanent representative to fight anti-Semitism and race hate, are negotiating with Heritage Canada and the Canadian Capital Commission to make this a reality. An unnamed Swedish donor has committed funds to cover part of the cost, providing the rest of the cost comes from Canadian sources. The estimated cost for the monument is approximately $700,000 to $800,000 plus maintenance expenses. It is our sincere hope that the Canadian government contribute approximately $300,000 plus and perpetual upkeep to make this possible. The proposal will go forward if the Canadian Planning Commission is open to amending the offer which is now on the table. Our Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Justin Trudeau, reminds us on a yearly basis of the importance of the values Raoul Wallenberg taught.
Canada will also continue to expand publicly accessible Holocaust-related remembrance and education materials and bring awareness to the dangers of anti-Semitism.
The importance of the monument is that the survivors, their descendants, and Canadians of all ages and backgrounds will have an opportunity to visit the monument to learn about the man who saved 100,000 innocent people under unspeakable circumstances. It will also present an opportunity to teach younger generations how anti-Semitic, racist, and non-democratic acts affect society and how important actions by individuals are in order to prevent abuse. The monument will be a place where people can ask, what can I do to make this a better world? In closing, I want to share with you a picture of a monument inaugurated in Vienna, Austria on November 9, 2021. It lists the names of 64,000 Austrian Jews who were brutally murdered by the Nazi regime, starting already back in 1938. There was no Raoul Wallenberg on hand. The project was headed by fellow Torontonian Kurt Jakob Tutter, now 91 years old, who lost his whole family in the Shoah. He himself was grabbed and hidden by a neighbor and then came to Canada as an orphan. It took Kurt 21 years to get the monument established. The project was finally authorized by the then 30-year-old Chancellor of Austria, Sebastian Kurz. It took the courage of a young Chancellor to approve this 30 million euro project, all paid by the Austrian federal government, the Austrian provinces, Austrian banks, and other major organizations. Surely, if little Austria can do this, hopefully it would not be so difficult for our own federal government to finance a small monument which will cost about 1/30 of the Austrian project. To finish this, to take on a positive note, let me play you a short piece of music by my friend Sten Samoli. Thank you so much for listening. Shalom v'litraot. Goodbye.